So what we have going on here is that we, like Cora explained it really well earlier, where we have, okay, so these studies show that smokers are more likely to develop heart disease than non-smokers. The other thing that we know is that smokers are more likely to drink caffeinated beverages. Why might these people might be more likely to do these things? Maybe because they are stressed. So stress is what causes them to smoke, and stress is what causes them for them to drink caffeinated beverages. Even though drinking caffeinated beverages is not thought to be a cause of heart disease. Okay, so that's cool. We know that, like, which I also wonder if I wonder if they actually could. It probably could in real life. But anyways, we're saying it's not the cause. Our conclusion here is that there is actually a positive correlation between drinking caffeinated beverages and the development of heart disease. So that is our conclusion. And this is a flaw question. And I love the flaws that it tells us that we are failing to take into account the possibility, though. So what are we not considering? And so why can this support not add up to our conclusion?
It's missing a premise.
It's missing a premise, absolutely. We know that smokers are more likely than non-smokers to get heart disease. Mm-hmm. So then we're assuming that there's this positive correlation between the more like the more caffeine you drink, the more likely you are to get heart disease. What are we assuming about these smokers then?
That they're all also drinking
caffeine. Yes. Mm-hmm. What if only 5% of the population or 5% of smokers drink caffeine and 2% of non do? There might not be any correlation between the two, right?
Yeah, you'd need it to say all smokers who drink caffeinated beverages develop heart disease.
Yes. Or they develop it more often than those, or no, they wouldn't have to do it more often. But yes, we would have to know that there is a trend between those that are actually drinking caffeinated beverages. So E is a tempting wrong answer because it's saying, well, there's a common cause of both. Well, yeah, there absolutely can be a common cause of both, but couldn't there be a common cause of both and there still be a correlation? Like, there's a correlation between murders and ice cream sales. There's no flaw in saying that there's a positive correlation between the two. We're trying to say that there isn't a correlation. I think E actually like just supports our conclusion. It's just saying there, that's almost like saying like, hey, this is why there's a positive correlation between the two. Do you see that, Yamira?
Yeah, I do. I guess now I'm going back and looking at C.
Drinking caffeinated beverages is more strongly correlated with the development of smoking. No, because we're still just trying to say that there's a positive correlation between the two.
Okay.
All right, Katie, why were you right?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think what I couldn't put into words though was saying like, okay, if we're saying if you're a smoker, then you're more likely than others to drink caffeinated beverages. But now that we're like excluding the others, we don't care about the others. We're just looking at our smoker population. Like, just because they're more likely than others doesn't mean they're more likely than one another. And so I think that's what tied it, because like Cora said, to seal it, you would have to say that all smokers that are predisposed to develop heart disease like drink caffeinated beverages, and we never said that. So we're taking two different studies and then we're trying to combine them, but we don't know about that overlapping population.
I hate that I predicted it right and still like I was in between A and E, and then my gut was like E. I just didn't I don't know what I did there, why I chose E when I predicted A.
Right. Because it sounds like it's going to be a correlation causation flaw, but it's not, because we're admitting that it's just a correlation. Mm-hmm. Where what A is doing is I try to color it here, where it's comparing the smokers who drink caffeine to the smokers who do not. because that's the part that's missing in our premises. For us to say that there is a positive correlation, we would need to see this. So what happens if the smokers who drink caffeinated beverages are actually overall less likely to get heart disease than the smokers, than the smokers who do not drink it are more likely. Well, if that was the case, then how can we say there's a correlation between drinking caffeinated beverages and heart disease if the smokers who don't drink get heart disease more often?
Mhm. I think I was reading too much into it now. I think I was looking for that word of correlation, and that's why I went with E.
Yeah, because it's not
But I knew A was
Flaw.